Yo, what it do, y'all? It's your man Mike here with my homeboy Dom, and today we are bringing y'all the first episode of our podcast called Please Continue, with a question mark, because it's like you're asking somebody to continue, but you're not sure if they are, but it's just conversation. But Dom, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, man. Excited to be doing this. We've been talking about this for a while. I'm ready. Not Nintendo 64 shirt, by the way. I'm just now literally noticing that.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. It's just, some... I don't even remember when I got it, but, just...
One of my top 3 game consoles, by the way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That one and... Well, you could...
PS2. Yeah.
I'll give you that one, too. There's a lot of them you could put in there, but I would definitely say the N64 holds a special heart because it was actually my first console on my own that wasn't owned by an older sibling.
Oh yeah, that's even more. Yeah, that's even better right there, then.
Oh yeah, definitely. But so as I said, we're starting our podcast. Basically, it's just the idea that we've basically been kicking around for probably like the past year or so, and now we just finally decided to just go ahead and say F it and do it. So, as far as the podcast go, starting out, we're gonna be just kind of testing the waters, seeing how we want to format it, how we want the segments to go, how long we want it to be. So starting off, you'll probably see us do maybe 2 a month, maybe 3. And then as we kind of get more into a rhythm, we'll hopefully be able to do it on a weekly basis. But for y'all that don't know about podcasts, sure, it looks cool and everything, but there's a lot of recording, editing.
It's a lot of work.
Finding stuff, research, it's just not, you just press record. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into it to make it seem seamless. So we do appreciate y'all coming to us with the experience, but welcome to the first episode. And to start off, we are going to start off with our first segment of what we've been watching. Dom, what have you been watching?
Well, mostly a lot of animes lately. Young Justice Season 3 has finally came out. Young Justice Outsiders season is ended already, but we will be getting some more. Unfortunately, it's all the way until June. I've been watching that. Also, this anime called Baki that's on Netflix. Actually pretty good. One of them Netflix originals, because they've got like a lot of original animes now. So that one's pretty good. And it's also one called High Score Girl. And I think you would actually like to watch that because it's basically about some kids in like middle school who basically just go through a lot of pop culture references with like video games and stuff like that. The first episode involved this dude and this chick. The dude got mad because like the little girl beat his high score in Street Fighter 2 and she was whooping his ass with like Gal and you know what I'm saying, Zangief and people like that. Yeah. And the second episode involves a TurboGrafx X. So it's like one of them, like one of them type of animes that it's pretty good. It's pretty interesting. Pretty different.
Okay, you said it was called High Score Girl?
Yeah, High Score Girl.
Okay, because I'm not gonna lie, when you told me that, I thought that was gonna be something totally different than what you just explained.
And I'm glad. That's why I kind of tried to say it as slow and as clear as possible because it can sound like something completely different. But yeah, I'll send you the trailer so you know what I'm saying. Look at the trailer. So yeah, it's pretty good anime. So that's basically what I've been watching, just getting my fill of anime lately because, it's the season. It's getting real already.
Oh yeah, definitely, and I'll definitely check that out. I honestly haven't been watching crap, so
we appreciate your honesty.
I mean, like usually if I watch TV, I'm watching sports or the Food Network. Other than that, it's my PS4 and Xbox and whatever games in there. So,
Chopped to Chopped.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I can't watch though is Kids Chopped. Like,
I get mad. Like these little kids cook better than I do.
Grown that too. Man. And like I get it that the judges aren't they're not like crucial on them like they are with like the adults or even college students, but still it's just like she burned her pot roast. It's like, oh, it has a charred flavor that ain't really the best, but it's edible, and I was like, all right, look, we're gonna have to teach these kids some life lessons right now.
that's that handing kids participation trophies and all that. See, that's what I be talking about right there. A little criticism can go a long way.
Exactly. But moving on to our next segment, we have our Pass the Aux Cord, which is a working title. I'm still working on these titles here, so you have to excuse me. Basically, just any music that we've been listening to or anything that we really just heard that's been kind of stand out to us. For me, a lot of my people that were in college between the years of 2008 and 2012, How Fly from Wiz Khalifa and Currency finally released on all streaming platforms. If if you were OG, you already got it downloaded on your hard drive. But for y'all that are a little bit newer to the new generation, basically this mixtape came out in 2009. I'm actually surprised that they got it on streaming platforms because it has a lot of samples in it. You can, if you're into music, like you can tell it has samples in it. Only reason I say that because Wiz just recently put up Kush and OJ on streaming platforms like a month or two ago, and there was 2 songs on there. They had to basically redo the beat because it had
the sample.
Yeah, like the first one, like the one that comes to mind is like Never Been, which had a Chrono Trigger sample. And if you know anything about Japanese video game people and their music, they're very tight on having their music used and stuff that they didn't make. So usually it's super hard to get like a sample from a video game cleared, especially from Japan. But that's out there. So like the 2010 me is just so excited and basically just listen to it front to back like 2 times the other day. The next song is, or I guess the next one is Travis Scott, 18. So for y'all that follow me, y'all know that I play NBA 2K a lot. Play with my friends. I play my career, work on my player. So normally when I first get 2K, I turn off all the music in the game just because I stream it, record it for YouTube. You don't want to deal with copyrights. So, I just put my own stuff in the background. So when you're in the neighborhood, it basically plays music like you're outside in the neighborhood, even if you have the music off. So it's like it's like in the distance, like you're outside and somebody's playing music from like down the road.
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
Like you can hear it, but you can't really like understand what they're saying for the most part. So I was just in the neighborhood, like looking at stats or something, and I just heard this song, and I was like, man, this beat sounds, from what I'm hearing, this beat sounds cool. I'm like, all right, that sounds like Travis Scott. So I finally just went into the song list of the game.
To all the
Travis. Yeah, to the jukebox or whatever it's called. I went to all the Travis Scott songs, and I was like, all right, I know all these songs except for this one, so this must be it. Pulled it up on Spotify, and I was like, wait a minute. Then that bass came in, and I was like, hold on. I was like, wait a minute, why have I never heard this before? I guess it was just like some random single he just put out, I think when the game came out or something.
Well, he did the music for the game, so yeah, it was probably one of them songs. He was like, oh yeah, well let me just throw this one on there too then.
Yeah, maybe just like a throwaway track he just did for the game or whatever, but I don't know. But it's a good song. So if y'all haven't heard it, or y'all probably have, it's called Travis Scott, 18. Thank me later. You have anything you've been listening to?
Yeah, I mean, I still been listening to the Anderson .Paak Oxymoron album. Fantastic album, especially that song Anywhere that he got with Snoop Dogg. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. And he got a song called Cheers, which is kind of like dedicated to Mac Miller. So that's another one of my favorite songs as well. It's this song called Echo off the new Swizz Beatz album, Poison. It's featuring Nas. That's all I need to say. Nas rapping over Swizz Beatz beat. And look, I love Nas, but for everybody that knows, one of my biggest criticisms on Nas was he was horrible when it came to picking beats.
Yes.
So now he's on, rapping over Swizz Beatz. So yeah, that's a fantastic song. Really just a little bit of everything. I'm like kind of more of a blues head, so I've been kind of listening to like a lot of old like Johnny Taylor and Marvin Cease and Mel Waiters and stuff like that. And also for all you parents and all you older people that be trying to talk about the music now is nasty and we vulgar. Boy, y'all was wilding back then too, because your man Clarence Carter and Theodis Easy, they wasn't playing no games out there. Clarence Carter was whatever. But yeah, that's mostly what I've been listening to.
Dope. You saying that, I'm trying to think of the name of the song. Whatever song that Pusha T has on the Swizz Beatz album was really good as well. I'm super mad they didn't put like a drum loop or something in it, like during the hook where he wasn't saying anything. But I was like, all right, if anybody's gonna rap on a beat with no drums, I can listen to it with it being Pusha.
Oh, also the song with the Locks and Kendrick Lamar. That's also.
I have a love-hate relationship with that song. I'm like,
wow,
the song is good, but god dang, can Kendrick give me a 16, an 8 or something? I was so looking for it. I was like, all right, you got.
I was too.
You got Styles P and Jadakiss going back and forth. All right, you got Kendrick on the hook. All right, they're gonna bring Kendrick in for like half a verse or something at the end, and I was like,
all you had was ad libs.
Basically, ad libs and a hook that he was kind of like half
just
bipolar on, just doing wild shit on. So.
Yeah, something dirty. That's all. That's it. That's all he was doing basically. But nah, I'm with you though. But yeah, I love the song. But like you said, give me a 16.
Exactly, or something like if I hear Kendrick in the lyrics, I'm like, all right, I need bars from Kendrick, not a hook.
Yeah, because he ain't one of them people that you can just. Oh yeah, and also the song "A Lot" with 21 Savage and J. Cole. Actually, 21 Savage album actually, as a whole, was way better than I expected. I'm not even gonna lie. You can tell he's like grew up and matured a lot, like as a rapper.
Oh yeah, definitely. You could tell that he's definitely one that has, I guess you could say, elevated his sound.
Right.
Basically, just off his last projects, which they were all right, but
nothing that I would listen to.
Yeah, like It's an Album isn't something that I'm going to be playing multiple times. But this one, I'm not going to lie. I pretty much saved most of the album except for maybe like three or four songs.
Yeah, see, I agree.
Exactly.
Because I'm the same way.
But yeah, but that was what we've been listening to. So now we are going to get into the games that we've been playing. And since we are recording this in the beginning of February, we got a whole month of January games to go through.
Ooh, Lord.
I will let you go first, Dom, because I know you've been playing some very horrifying games.
That was a good segue because I'm gonna start it off with the Resident Evil 2 remake. First of all, I will just like to say that if you're gonna do a remake for a game, this is like the gold standard on what y'all gonna have to do, because basically it is a story of Resident Evil 2, but you know what I'm saying, they kind of switched it up, updated it. You know what I'm saying? They're using the Resident Evil 7 engine, and for those of y'all that play Resident Evil 7, y'all know that was a creepily beautiful game, horrifyingly fantastic, but they're using the controllers from Resident Evil 4 with the over-the-shoulder camera. So fantastic game. F Tyrant, because I could just be over there chilling trying to solve a puzzle. Then next thing you know, here he come busting through the door, punching me out of nowhere. So that, obviously, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a game that everybody's been playing. Now, I ain't that far. I just got it. I just was able to crack it open. But from everything that I'm playing, the game was great. Donald is still complaining and being Donald, which is awesome always. So I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'm pretty sure you've been playing that as well. Actually, way farther than I am. So forget you on that one. And I did just recently beat Detroit Become Human on PlayStation 4, which is made by Quantum Realm and Quantum Dreams Studios, which they did Heavy Rain and Indigo Prophecy on the OG Xbox. So I always kind of been a fan of like the story, interactive games like that. The story is very interesting. Basically, it's humans and androids, and the androids are basically trying to gain show we more than just machines, basically kind of like on some old our robot type stuff. Jesse Williams is one of the main robots that you play with. So fantastic storytelling. I'm already through with the first playthrough. I got to play through it again because obviously it's multiple endings and stuff. So yeah, those are like basically the main 3 games that I've been playing, because next week got Jump Force coming out. So yeah, I need to go ahead and get through these games right now before that comes out. What about you?
So basically what I've decided to do this year, I've decided to set a budget and for all the games I'm going to buy that month. So for January, I basically had 4 main games that I've played and bought. One of them I actually beat. The other one I'm still working on. The first one is Onimusha Warlords. I guess you could say the remastered version. Basically, it is a samurai game set in feudal Japan. It's made by the same people that made Resident Evil, and you can tell because it's honestly just Resident Evil and action samurai feudal Japan for the most part.
Especially with them cameras.
Oh yeah, whew, those camera angles. So the good thing about this game is basically it's literally just the same game. Like they haven't really changed anything except for updated graphics. Maybe some new voice acting. I can't really tell. They finally added analog controls. So
about time.
Yeah, which I don't understand why, like, because this came out on the PS2.
Yeah.
So it had an analog. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be a PS1 game, and they made it for PS2 because it came out the same year the PS2 came out. So who knows? But basically, for y'all younger people that don't know, tank controls is what you had to use before there was analog sticks. So basically, you would push left or right on the D-pad to turn, and then you had to press forward to move forward. Meaning, if you wanted to actually move diagonally and left, you couldn't. You had to turn, then move that direction. This is what deterred me from playing the game before this came out, because I have it on my PS2 emulator on my computer. And I was like, I like samurai games. It's like, no, I'm not doing these tank controls.
Nah.
Other than that, the game is pretty short. I beat it in about 4 hours and 10 minutes.
Dang.
And that was basically doing just about everything in the game except for getting the best sword in the game, which I understand that people want that back in that time they wanted to add more length to their game, but basically to get the best sword, you basically got to do like you know how like in certain games they'll put you in a room with enemies and you got to beat it and then you go to another room, but if you die or you leave the room, you got to start all the way back over.
Yeah.
So you have to do that, but you got to do it for 20 levels.
What?
And then you don't get any health until like after the 9th or 10th room.
What?
And here's the crazy thing. So after you beat those 20 levels, you don't even get the sword. You get an ocarina that you use to unlock the room where you get the sword. But check this. Guess where you get the sword at? Right before you fight the final boss of the game.
So if you die. Wait a minute. So no.
Yes.
What?
So
this is also Bruce Lee game of death type situations going on. So basically, you get the sword right before you fight Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Is basically what you're saying. Basically.
But the thing about it is like the sword is like the most powerful weapon in the game. So like it one-shots everything else in the game except for the final boss.
So I basically did all that to only still have to fight the final boss regularly anyway.
For the most part. So after I found that out, I was like, all right, screw that. I'm not doing that. Other than that, like I said, it's a good game. Like it's only $20. So I mean, like if you're into those type of games, not a bad buy. Also, the only bad thing is that you can't skip cutscenes. So if you die, like I did on the final boss 3 times, you have to watch that long cutscene, which is weird because the final boss, like you don't even know about the final boss until you get right before you fight him. It's like, hey, my name is Super Demon Dragon Guy. I'm the final boss. I'm like, all right, I've literally never seen you before this point or have heard your name mentioned before this point, so let's fight.
Right. I mean, epic.
But I mean, pretty much it's like, old school samurai. So it's a pretty good game. Like I said, if you want just some like quick, you can beat in one setting if you want to, or a couple of days. It's a really good thing. Next, we have Y2K. So this game is an indie role-playing game. It's made by ACKK, I think that's how you pronounce it, Studios. I bought it on the Switch. It's on Steam, Steam, PS4, and Switch. So basically think Earthbound mixed with the flair of Persona.
Ooh.
Basically, it looks... you just have to look it up to kind of take a look. But basically, it looks like a very cartoony-ish, polygonal-ish game. It takes place in 1999, so it's supposed to play on the whole Y2K phenomenon at that time. You basically play as this kid named Alex. He just graduated from college. You start the game going back home, trying to decide what you're gonna do with your life. You basically go into your home, and the home, actually, the inside of the home is a replica of the house from Full House. So if you're a 90s baby or a 2000s baby, there's a lot of references in here that you will be so glad that they put in there.
Will Steve Urkel visit the house like he did on Full House?
I hope so. I hope there's a Steve Urkel reference in there. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. I've only played a couple of hours because the other games I'm about to get to, I've been putting most of my time into.
We need that mod, though.
We do. It's on PC, so there may be a Steve Urkel mod in there. I'm probably sure there is. But yeah, I would say it's a really good game. I've only played a couple of hours of it, so I just barely got past the first level per se. But let's say this game gets weird really quick. Basically, you go from going home, your mom telling you to go to the store to get groceries, a weird cat with a Salvador Dali mustache stealing your grocery list, you chasing the cat into a appears to be haunted warehouse. And then there's like an Illuminati pyramid somewhere in there, and then you got to poke it in the eye so that it cries, so it opens up a room, which is a puzzle. And then you find this girl in here who you find out she's the owner of the cat, but also she lives inside this warehouse and she has no outside recollection of the outside world besides what's inside the warehouse. It's weird.
What?
And this is just the first chapter, so
it's only gonna get weirder from there.
It is. I've seen some later game screenshots and gameplay, and it does get super weirder. But it's called Y2K, so if you're interested in a new RPG to play that's a little bit out of the norm, I would say if you like Earthbound and Persona, this is definitely right up your alley for that. What else do I got here? So next, and this is the most game I was actually looking forward to playing, Tales of Vesperia, the Definitive Edition.
Yeah.
So as y'all know, I'm a huge JRPG fan. Played this game when it originally came out back in 2008, 9, 10-ish, somewhere around there. Played and beat it. I would basically just say this game is like the equivalent of comfort food for video game. It's not too difficult, not too hard, very good character story. The story kind of progresses, and I love the way that somebody put this on like a forum post that I read. Basically, it goes from like you have a problem, like a local problem in your town, and then it turns into like a regional problem, and then it turns into like a worldwide, we got to stop this dude before he destroys the world problem. But the way it kind of ramps up just is like, all right, it makes you want to keep playing. Like there's been times where like, all right, I got to stop playing this because I got to be at work in 5 minutes. But I don't want to stop playing this. Overall, it's a really good game. I'm only about 10 hours in. Also, for my people that play JRPGs, and I'm so glad that I didn't realize this until now. You know how like in JRPGs, and I guess this is just how like the Japanese culture is in general, they have like awkwardly pervy moments with certain female parties. I didn't have that moment until like 10 hours into the game, where like you have this chick who's like been riding this dragon, and she's been destroying like these giant Blastia machines, which is like basically like machines that protect barriers or they can control weather and do stuff like that. It's like an ancient technology that people use, and she's been destroying like really big, like the giant ones. So long story short, you and her get captured by one of the villains of the game, and y'all in jail together. You don't know it's a her until like she takes off her, she's wearing like really heavy armor, so you can't tell if it's a boy or a girl. So once she takes it off, and you're like, oh hey, it's like a probably somewhere in her early to mid 20s really hot chick. She's basically like a hot elf for the most part. She has like long ears or whatever. So it's you and her. So just your main character, nobody else in your party, and her. So y'all are talking. It's like, hey, how about we work together to get out of here? She's like, all right. So y'all fake a fight to get out. As soon as y'all get out and get y'all weapons back, he was like, man, that was some good acting you did back there. It was kind of hard to keep my eyes, like some weird stuff, like, oh man, it's kind of hard to stay focused with such eye candy around me. Like, you sure you don't want to keep that armor? It's clear.
Yeah, the Master Roshi moment.
Basically, I was like, that was probably like the first moment I cringed in this game. It's like, all right, felt a little dirty, but we'll just.
It wasn't too bad though.
No, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't just like blatant, but it was also just like, it's weird because your main character, that's like the weirdest he's gotten the whole game. Like he's basically just kind of like I'm an upstanding citizen. I'm gonna fight for the little guys, forget the man, the empire, and all that. And then he just turns into like a horny 21-year-old in like 2 seconds, and then just switches back. It's like, all right, that's.
I'll never forget that he acts like a young buck.
Pretty much. But yeah. If you love JRPGs and you love the Tales series, definitely go get that game. And then the last game I've been playing, which you spoke about earlier, Kingdom Hearts 3. I am definitely enjoying this game way more than I thought I was. I honestly bought it because there's some games coming out in February that I want to play. And I was like, all right, I'll play this until these games come out, and then I may revisit it later. Now I'm actually going to try to beat this game before, next Friday, actually.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Same for me, actually.
Same. The game looks amazing. It's been in development for 13 years?
14 years.
14 years. So we've been waiting on this for over a decade and a half, almost a decade and a half. Like I said, the game looks amazing. Somebody, I don't know, do you know if like Sora, Riku, Kairi, did they age from the first game? Because they look mad older in this game.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think from the second one until now, I gotta go back and look through the story. You know what I'm saying? Go back and catch up on the story. But I think when they kind of recapped the story in the beginning of the game, they kind of showed them aging a little bit. But it's real noticeable in this one, though. Maybe because the graphics are better. You can tell that they didn't age, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because, in the first two games or the first couple of games, they looked
the
cartoonish.
Same. Yeah.
But now they actually look like actual real life people. Like Sora doesn't look like a short kid with size 25 shoes. He still has big shoes, but it's proportioned more to his body to make him look more like a human. Which I'm like, all right, I can appreciate that. The story's still confusing as hell.
Yeah, that ain't gonna change, but it's still awesome.
Oh yeah, it's still awesome. I've watched countless recap videos, and then I'll get into the game, and then stuff will happen. I'm like, all right, I didn't play that game. So I guess
or I didn't watch that, I didn't watch that movie, or
it is actually pretty good because once you get later into the game, they the way they do it for people that don't know anything about the previous Kingdom Hearts, they'll be like, hey, remember that thing? Oh, you don't remember it? Well, let me give you a little exposition and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but basically, because you said you're still on Hercules World, right?
Yeah, I'm still on Hercules World, yeah.
So when you get to the world after that, you basically meet up with two people, which you would think would be dead, but for some reason they're not. And you'll know exactly who I'm talking about when you see them as well. And they basically be like, hey, remember us? And Sora's like, yeah, aren't y'all supposed to be dead? It's like, well, we're not dead, and it's because of this. But don't forget, we still have this little evil plan, so go fight these Heartless while we go do something else. And it's like,
come on now.
Kind of still explaining. But, yeah, overall, the story's still confusing, but I'm probably, I've heard whispers that the ending and the secret ending wrap everything up fairly nicely, so it's not one of those things where it's like, all right, there's a cliffhanger for the next game, but it's they pretty much say that they
wrapped the story up.
Yeah,
nice.
There's a definitive ending now. Gameplay is also excellent. You know what this honestly feels like? This feels like an action RPG with 6 different other games, because the attractions is basically where you just can summon basically a Disney park ride. So one of them is a shooter pod where you basically play a first person shooter for while it's available. There's a dancing mini game in one of the worlds. So basically it's like DDR Kingdom Hearts. Not too difficult, but it went on for a good 3 minutes.
I mean, that ain't bad. A little dance break.
Oh yeah, a little dance break. There's also a mech fighting mini game in one of the other worlds as well. It's you can tell this game took a long time to develop, because I just played and I was like, damn, somebody actually had to sit here and animate Sora, Donald, and Goofy riding a train shooting fireworks at an enemy, or animate this teacup spinning, or animate them shooting there's a lot of stuff in the game that you just know somebody had to work on and be like, all right, they spent a lot of time doing this, and that. So I can really appreciate that. The boss fights are amazing. Not to spoil anything again, but I just got through fighting this boss on this one world where basically the boss was 16 times my size. And I started fighting it.
Damn.
And then halfway through the fight, in most boss fights, they switch up their pattern.
Right.
So they started trapping me in this little cage that had this little hole that you had to find. But they're also throwing bombs at you as well. So you got to dodge the bombs, find the hole, and you got to do that 2 or 3 times, and you got to climb this large tower and then go like hit the boss to stop him from doing that. So that was a really good boss fight. The only thing I can really say that I'm not going to say that I don't like, but it took me some getting used to and I kind of wish was different, is the camera. Mainly the lock on. So for the most part, this game has 2 lock-ons. It has a soft lock-on and a hard lock-on. So whenever you're near an enemy, you'll see a little yellow reticle, and basically if you start attacking, it'll start attacking whatever reticle that enemy is on. If you press R1 or right bumper on Xbox, it'll lock on and the camera will zoom in, but like the camera's not behind Sora like it normally would be in a game that you play. Right. So if I'm like fighting somebody, sometimes they'll go off screen and I can't really see them, but I'm just like randomly whacking at something. You got to click the right stick to refocus the camera behind Sora, but you got to think about it like you trying to press attack. If you're trying to, like me, I'm doing a magic build, you got to hold L1 to cast magic, and then there's different chapters of magic that you can flip through, and then when you got more than one special triangle ability, you got to there's a bunch of shit during combat, and I'm not thinking of pressing R3 so I can actually center up my camera. So it would help if like the camera just followed the back of Sora during combat, so I can always have like know who I'm attacking. That's like yeah, that's basically my only gripe. I'm about 10 hours in. I just got through with the 3rd world. I'm about to start the 4th world. But yeah, it's just so much stuff for this game. And the gummy ship, like the gummy ship is basically it could honestly be its own game now. So you know how like in past Kingdom Hearts, it basically once you got in the gummy ship, you would go from point A to point B.
Right.
Now it's free. Now it's open world, so you can go wherever.
You go anywhere.
You can go anywhere. Like you can just fly in one direction.
Oh.
So, and there's like little stuff. So there's like these little spears, like little puzzles that you got to shoot to unlock, and you get loot. There's like these little mini boss fights. Some that you have to go find. Some that you'll just automatically be put into. And the way that gummy combat works now is you'll see the enemy. So like say if I'm flying, I'll see a 1-star enemy. Once you fly towards that enemy, it basically turns into Galaga, where you just gotta shoot. Yeah, you basically like a row of people, and you basically just shoot them. You don't die, and it's like Wave, so it's basically just like Galaga. And then you get like a ranking system. So if you get like an A, which is the highest, you get more stuff for your gummy ship and currency. And it honestly could really be its own game if they wanted to like make it into like a little port game that they put off to the side.
Yeah, I need to hurry up and get to that point. You say you 10 hours in. I don't even think I made it to hour 1 yet. So yeah, I'm behind drastically.
Oh, I mean, nah, you good. I mean, I think you get after you leave Hercules, you get the gummy ship. So
okay, well yeah.
I'm also going to forewarn you.
Hell.
After you beat Hercules level, it's going to be about a 30-minute cutscene you got to sit through.
30?
I was playing it on stream, and you beat the Hercules, and then there's some story stuff. There's a fight that you play. I'm not going to tell you who you play as, but basically you play as a very souped-up character, and it kind of gives you an idea of what Sora's going to be like once you get him leveled up. But that only lasts for like a couple of minutes. But from the time that you're in Hercules, from the time you get on the gummy ship to go to the next world, somebody in my chat said like, yeah, you've been in this cutscene for like 36 minutes.
God dang.
Yeah.
That's some old Hideo Kojima type stuff right there.
That's what I was saying. It's like, damn, am I playing a Metal Gear game? Like, what?
Man.
Like, I just kept saying that. It's like, why am I not playing the game right now? Like, all right, I get it. You want to tell me what's going on, but like...
That is a long time. I'm glad. No, thank you for the warning.
Definitely. Also, there's this weird thing where Sora learns what a cell phone is and how to use it, which is totally hilarious.
So you can use a Keyblade, but you don't know how to use a cell phone.
Basically. And he didn't even know he had it until somebody called him. He's like, what's this? It's like, oh, that's a cell phone, Sora. It's like... What's a cell phone? It's like, all right. But yeah, it's one of those games that like the more that you play it and explore it, it's just the more that opens up and you're just like, all right, I can see why this game took so long. That it's honestly what I would compare it to. You know how like with Nintendo games, like first party games like Mario, Zelda, Metroid,
right?
You could tell that there's a certain level of care and polish put into it that you don't see in like many other big name games that come out. Kingdom Hearts is like that, but like on steroids.
That is very true, because if y'all giving 36-minute cutscenes like this, that means y'all took y'all time. Well, it took y'all 14 years to make it.
Exactly. So it's like, all right, y'all gonna get everything. Y'all wanted it. All right, here, I'm gonna take all of it.
But 30, it ain't like you gonna skip it. So you know what I'm saying? Because you gonna want to know what's going on. Because you probably skip something, and then next thing you know, you don't know where you at. You just so confused. So screw you, Disney and Pixar, for that one. Still love you though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Still happy I bought the game, but
yeah,
that was Kingdom Hearts. Other than that, I know you and me both have been playing the Anthem demo. I know you had a couple of select words for that, so I'll let you say your feelings on the newest BioWare game to come out.
BioWare, I am just so... All right, so here's my thing with Anthem. Before we get there, let's all continue. Everybody knows that we are both big Mass Effect fans, okay? Mm-hmm. But for those who don't know, yeah, we are big fans of the Mass Effect franchise. It's one of my favorite RPG franchises and game franchises of all time. So Mass Effect, basically what happened was they stopped working on Mass Effect Andromeda, and you could tell when the game first came out because it was so much wrong with it. I think like they had to do a day one patch that was like almost 10 gigabytes just to make the game somewhat playable. So fast forward, they basically stopped making Mass Effect Andromeda's single player DLC to start working on Anthem, which, you know what I'm saying, is fine. But the game that we basically got was Destiny mixed with Titanfall. That's basically what Anthem is. And the shooting is not worth it, basically. Y'all basically pulled all over Mass Effect Andromeda to bring us this basic generic Destiny ripoff. Look, it's fine flying around, but that's gonna get old, especially when you know what I'm saying, when your armor keep overheating and stuff like that. Like after a while, it's just like, all right, whatever. And then the monsters that you shoot is just like, it takes so much to kill them. I might as well play Gears of War if I'm gonna do that. If it's gonna take me a whole clip or two to kill something, I'm gonna play Gears of War. Just the fact that y'all, this is what we got. Now, granted, it's a beta, so maybe when the full game comes out, maybe it'll be different. But from what I played, I'm not impressed. This game is going to be, and you know what it also could be. It could also be the fact that games like that don't just hold my attention. Well, that particular game didn't hold my attention because it was just like, okay, after a while, you know, once you get through flying around shooting stuff, like, all right, what's next? The story mode better be the most amazing thing in the world. But they already said it's gonna be short because they're gonna be focused on the multiplayer. So I hope the game does well, so that way we can get a Dragon Age game. But other than that, this game sucks so badly to me. So, I mean, yeah, as far as Anthem goes, that's probably not going to be like a day one buy for me. I'm going to replace that with Crackdown 3. So, I mean, I know you played it too. You got a chance to, well, not really play it because, you know, you was having server issues. You made your armor before I did. So, I mean, I know you got some things to say about it too.
Yeah, so I was one of those people who tried to play it during the VIP demo weekend. So here's how this happened. Anthem, I was like, all right, I don't know if I'm going to buy this, but I want to play this demo. Like, all right, if you want to play the VIP demo, you either have to pre-order the game, which I know I wasn't going to do, or buy EA Access. I'm like, all right, I got $5. I'll buy EA Access. I've been wanting to play through Titanfall again, so I can download that. Give me a reason to do it. So I get it, I download it, load it up, can't get past the first screen. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll try it tomorrow when I get off work. Get off work, finally was able to load into the game, and first off, the hub area, and I think they said they did this deliberately to make you move super slow while you're in the hub area. I don't know why, but I don't know. They said like they made like I think you can run, but it's disabled for the demo for some reason. Some where they said like they purposely made you not be able to move as fast as you could for the demo for some reason. I don't know why. But
BioWare trip.
It is, and you move super slow through it. I finally got a chance to like you said, watch that first cutscene, get to your javelin, mess with the armor, see the stuff you can buy. I'm like, all right, cool. Go to play the game. And for some reason, Xbox was the only one that didn't get this fixed, where basically you would load into a match and the bar would stop right at 95% and the game would freeze.
Wow.
So it was happening on like PC, Xbox, was it on PS4? I think it might have been on PS4. Yeah, because of pre-order. So PS4. So they patched PC and PS4 day one. Xbox never got patched. So basically I never got a chance to play it VIP weekend. So I was like, all right, open beta comes out next weekend. I'll just play it then. Finally got a chance to play it, and like you said, the gameplay was okay. It was all right to fly around as the thing. The shooting did not feel good whatsoever
at all.
Like if you because I played Destiny 1 and 2, not hardcore, but I played it enough to be like, all right, I know what a good shooting game should feel like.
Right.
And that did not feel good at all. And here's the thing that kind of worries me and irritates me about this game. Like you said, basically Mass Effect Andromeda was sacrificed to make this game, and this is what we got. So here's the thing. BioWare has, for as long as BioWare has been doing the Mass Effect games, Dragon Age games, BioWare has never really been known for having the best combat in their games. Granted,
True.
The Mass Effect games combat worked as good corridor shooters. Mainly it was like the magic powers that you got, but mostly for Mass Effect you played for the story. That's
right.
Then the decisions and basically crafting your own tale. You don't play Mass Effect to
the combat.
For the combat for the most part.
Case in point, the first one.
So that's why I was having issues like, all right, they're making a looter shooter, which basically lives or dies on its combat, from a studio that's known for having really good story. And that's all right. I don't know if you can have a studio that primarily focuses on story. Granted, Mass Effect Andromeda story was not the best. It was okay, but for Mass Effect, for a game with the name Mass Effect in it, it was way below what it should have been.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the Ryder family, to be honest with you.
Not at all. Same here. The customization was cool, but that was about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But you want to know what the funny thing is? Andromeda had the best combat out of all the Mass Effect games.
Like, yeah, easily.
Which is so weird, because it's like, all right, y'all took a step back in the story department, but the combat for Mass Effect Andromeda was amazing. I loved being able to like basically pick soldier parts, engineer parts,
infiltrator,
adept parts, and basically just make whatever the hell I want, as opposed to like the old Mass Effect was like, all right, you're an infiltrator, you got to use a sniper rifle, you got to use a shield.
Yeah.
You're an adept, you got to use a shotgun, you got to use biotics. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just.
And not to cut you off, but and I did not realize how annoying that was until I went back and started playing the first one, because only certain people can have like medium and heavy armor, like depending on what you are, you can only have light. It was so annoying. So annoying, dog.
Very much so. And then like with Andromeda, it was basically fixed, but the story took a hit. So as you said, I'm definitely not going to be buying Anthem day one, especially with the Division 2 coming out next week, which is a game that I'm probably going to be buying day one. I don't even know if I'll even buy Anthem. I mean, the javelins look cool, and I don't know. Well, let me ask you this: what kind of Xbox do you have? You have an Xbox One S or?
Yeah, that is.
Okay, so this may just be my issue because I have one of the OG when the Xbox Ones first came out Xboxes. The game looked blurry for some reason. It looked
at certain times, like especially when you flying around. And also, side note, I had more fun flying around that game, Dark Void. I don't know if you remember that it was on 360, but it was like you was like flying around on jetpacks and stuff, like back on the 360. But Yeah, no, it did look blurry at times, like especially in the middle of certain fights. So yeah, it's not just your Xbox; it's actually the game that was doing it too.
Okay, so I didn't know because like I would watch people stream it, and I know they were probably playing on the PC, but like it looked fluent, it looked smooth, like it looked like visually appealing. Yeah. And then when I played it, I was just like, I swear to you, I think when I was playing the game, it was I know it wasn't running at 60 FPS. It had to either be running at 30 or like somewhere between 30 and 24 because it was not moving smoothly for me at all. So.
Ooh, yeah, that also could have been an Xbox situation too.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, all right, you know what, I'll wait on this. And also, the thing that I also don't like about this is basically with the other looter shooters, like I said, the Division and Destiny, if you want to solo queue in those games, you can. You just want to play through the stories by yourself, you can. You want to go play Crucible or PvP by yourself, you can. In this game, it's only PvE, and if you want to do any sort of mission, you have to get matched up with other people.
Yeah,
which basically means you have to play this with other people when you like maybe you just want to hop on for like 20-30 minutes,
and then just keep it pushing, like which is basically what I would have been doing. Like how y'all gonna make me want to? I don't want to join nobody, no stronghold takeover or nothing like that. Like I'm just trying to fly around, get my XP up a little bit, and keep pushing.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I mean, I hope, like you said, I hope it does do well. So that'll help us get, another Dragon Age, maybe a Mass Effect reboot or something along those lines. But
anything besides Anthem,
basically. So we'll see. Hopefully, it'll be one of those things where maybe when it comes out, it's not the best, but 6 months, maybe a year down the line, they do a rehaul update because there's been plenty of games that's dropped and had very successful futures.
Oh yeah.
First one that comes to mind is like Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, because when it first came out, it was super glitchy. Assassin's Creed, was it 3? I can't remember what Assassin's Creed game was, but I know they had to do like a 9.5 gigabyte update.
Oof.
Day one.
Ooh.
Day one. But like after a while, the more updates you got. I mean, Mass Effect Andromeda, like to me, like luckily I waited a while before I decided to get it again. So I got all the updates with it, and it was at least serviceable enough to play when I got it compared to when you first got it.
Yeah, I was a day one adopter.
And I respect that.
You
stuff that I was looking and reading, I couldn't do it day one.
Yeah, nah. As soon as that game got announced, I was like, bye. You know what the funny thing is, and now that I look back on it, if Mass Effect Andromeda was like the same game but didn't have the Mass Effect name on it, it actually would be like a pretty decent game.
I agree.
It would probably be like I'll probably say like a 6, 7, maybe even an 8 out of 10. But the fact that it's like in the Mass Effect universe and you're comparing it to the original trilogy, which granted, depending on how you feel about it, 3 had that little fiasco with the ending, which I'm like,
even the extended cut didn't really help.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, to me, I was like, all right. To me, I kind of looked at it as like, all right, I know this ending didn't really do everything you wanted to do, but I kind of looked at it as far as like the journey, not the destination type when I went to
right.
Also shows like how rabid their fan base was, that they basically made the studio make an ending for the game, which also
that's true.
Did not work in Andromeda's favor. It's like, hey, what is this shit?
Nah, real. Oh man, that's why Mass Effect 2 is forever the GOAT.
Exactly, but like I said, we'll hope it does. We'll hope it does good. But besides that, I got like 2 more things on here. Did you get a chance to play the Jump Force demo?
Yes, I did, and I need that game right now.
So I think you and I may have had 2 totally different demo experiences. So when the original demo came out,
the original demo I didn't get a chance to play it because it wouldn't let me, like, it let me play the first night, because you remember I texted you and I told you about it and I got a chance to play it, but after that couldn't play it again.
So basically what happened with the Jump Force demo is, and I have no idea why studios do this, or maybe it's just a Bandai Namco thing. So you had a 3-hour block from when you could play this demo. And it was honestly based off of West Coast and Japanese time. So basically the first day the demo came out, I was at work, didn't get off till by the time it ended. So I was like, all right, I'm off Saturday and Sunday during these times. I can play the demo for that. They were like, oh, we're sorry, the online isn't up to our standards, so we're going to cancel the last 2 days and do it at a later date. So I'm like, all right, well, guess I'll just wait. So they finally announced it, and they were like, hey, we're going to be doing the demo on, and I remember this vividly because I looked at it while I was at work, January 28th, 29th, and February 2nd. PST time, which is Pacific, which is West Coast time, basically 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like, all right, well, that's like 1 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll try to stay up. Mind you, this is also the day that Kingdom Hearts released as well, so I kind of already had obligations. So I got off work and I was like, all right, stayed up, started playing Kingdom Hearts, started falling asleep. I'm like, all right, I'll take a quick little nap, set me an alarm, wake up, play Jump Force, see if I want to buy it or not. So I woke up about 1:15, and I probably should not have done this and should have just waited till the next day. But I woke up by 1:15, played it on PS4, because that's probably what I would have got it on. No, actually I played it on Xbox, I take that back. So I played it on Xbox, turned it on, it's like, all right, cool, let me in. In all honesty, it's basically just like a awkwardly looking Xenoverse to me. Reason I say awkward is because like the lighting in that game is trying to make the characters look realistic, but they're cartoon characters, anime characters, so trying to have Goku or Naruto or Yusuke look like an actual human being just did not sit well with me.
Rightfully so. That is weird. That's definitely weird.
So I played a match against a computer, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if it was just because of the fact that my eyes have gotten bad, I was half asleep. I basically could not really keep track of what was going on the screen. I'm sitting here and like, I know I'm pressing buttons. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm just half asleep or this stuff is just like happening like a half a second later. Also, so I picked Vegeta. What did I pick? Vegeta, Yusuke, and somebody else. And then I did random. So on the other team, there was another Vegeta. So I swapped in my Vegeta because I don't know the buttons. I'm just pressing stuff. So both Vegetas are in at the same time. And like, they have the same exact costume, except for I think my Vegeta had a slightly darker blue tint than his. So we're sitting here fighting, and I honestly did not know which one I was until his died. And I was like, all right. So basically I played like 10 minutes of it, and then I went back to sleep, and I'm like, all right, I'm probably not going to get this game.
Yeah.
So
for one, playing at 1:15 in the morning probably did not help your experience whatsoever. But yeah, it sounded like we had two totally different experiences.
Yeah, and I think, and I kind of wish, and Bandai Namco, I know you're probably not listening, but if somehow you ever think of this in the future, if you're going to do a timed beta, because I remember looking on Twitter when it first came out, and people were like, oh, well, I guess I won't be playing the beta because it's going to be 2 a.m. here on the East Coast. Right. And I got to be at school in like 4 hours on a Monday night. So if you're going to do this, I would say let people play the offline mode. Like if we just want to play against a computer, like me, because I just wanted to play to get a feel for the game, to see if it'll be something I want to put time into. Like just give us an offline portion. And then those 3 hours that you want to test the servers or let people play online, let them play online as well. But don't just do it to where like, if it's not between that time to play the demo, then you can't. And I know the only reason they did that is because it's set up like Xenoverse, where like whenever you load into the game, you're loading into a server with other online people. So if you don't have access to the internet, then you can't play the game, basically.
Which is the dumbest thing ever. That's how Battlefield was. Yeah,
very, very much so. So I don't know. I may get it at a later point. I may try it again.
Black Friday or something.
Yeah, wait till like it goes on sale. Maybe it gets half off or something. But because like I said, honestly, all I want to do was just make a black character with the Yugi hair. Like that's literally all I wanted to do.
You can't go wrong with that. I mean, at all. That actually would look probably pretty nice.
Exactly, because you know all about customizations.
Yeah. Shout out to Tekken 7 for this.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then the last game I have on my playlist for this week was actually a game that actually dropped technically yesterday, since now it's past midnight, but Apex Legends. So this is a not surprise game that came out from Respawn Studios, the people that brought you Titanfall 1 and 2. So this is a battle royale game, and I got to play like one match before we started recording, and from what I've seen, it's basically PUBG meets Overwatch. So it's your typical battle royale game. So you drop in, you got to pick up weapons, you know, you got to go inside the circle, you got to basically outlast everybody. The thing about this game, it's team based. So you're on a team of 3 and you're up against other teams of 3. I forget how many total there is. I want to say 30. It's some number divided by 3, so like 30 or 60 or something like that.
Nice.
So basically, it's like a Overwatch, but with battle royale, because you have different characters, they have different abilities. So of course, you got like the healer, you got your soldier DPS, you got your tank who can take a lot of damage. You know, it starts off with 8 characters. They said they do plan on adding about 15 more characters in the future, so you will get more heroes in the future. The gameplay feels so good. Playing that game, I was like, damn, I wish Anthem had this type of shooting in the game, because it's so tight. Whenever you shoot, it actually feels like you're actually shooting. You get that little rumble on your controller. It's like, all right, I'm actually hitting something, and it's great. I guess they tried. So apparently the Apex was in Titanfall 2. I don't know. I haven't played fully through Titanfall 2 because they said like your character that you play in the game gets invited to their whatever at the end of the game or something like that.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I ain't get that far.
I haven't got that far either, but it feels great. I played it on the Xbox. I'm gonna test it out on PS4 and PC just to see if there is any differences from console to PC, but it felt amazing on Xbox. Like, it moved fluently, looked good, didn't have any issues. I will say that I am not the best BR. Actually, I don't play really BR games at all. I think I maybe played Fortnite once since it came out.
Ooh, man.
Played my first match, and I was the first person to die in the game. And it's funny because whenever the first person dies in the game, there's a little thing that comes across the screen that says First Blood, and then it says the character's name. So, like, basically let everybody know, it's like, hey, Mike Titan 50 died first.
Wow. Like, thanks for the even more embarrassment.
Definitely. But it's a good game. I'm definitely looking forward to put some more time into it. It also has, surprisingly, a deep amount of options for console, which I'm probably sure there's more for PC. Like, you can... there's like a bunch of it. Like, you can change how the reticle aims. You can change the aiming style if you just want like a pure point and click like PC, or if you want different stuff. There's also like a streamer mode that hides the names of the people you're playing with and against. So I guess it tries to kind of combat like stream sniping as well. So there's a lot of thought that was put into this game. Some stuff that I've read is like, basically they were developing Titanfall 3 and it basically became this.
Oh, okay. I got you. Because I know they did say a Titanfall sequel was supposed to come out.
So yeah, then of course after they announced this game, it's like, oh yeah, we're currently not working on Titanfall 3, which I'm like, of course you're not, because this basically
that would make too much sense.
Yeah, so but that's Apex Legends. It's on PC. It's on PC, but you got to play it through Origin. PS4 and Xbox, so I would definitely say check it out. It's got if you're into the whole BR scene, it's definitely a good one to try.
Yeah, I might have to try that out one time, just to test it out. I don't know who's gonna be on my team though.
Just random people, and I was just like, all right, well, you know, y'all go y'all way. If we win, then I'll see y'all then. So
right at the crossroads.
Definitely. Did you have anything left on your game list, or anything else you were playing?
Nah, that's about it. Now I need to go ahead and And I know this is so sad considering when the game came out, I need to go ahead and beat Horizon, considering that I do got the Definitive Edition without a DLC. But the control, I don't know, like the controls just feel so weird to me.
They take some getting used to.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to. So I ain't got time to be trying to get used to that right now because I'm playing, Kingdom Hearts and, considering that Crackdown 3 is about to get ready to come out next week. And, Destiny 2 and Jump Force. And at the end of the month, Dead or Alive 6 comes out. So, yeah, I'm going to be poor. I'm going to be playing a lot of games, but I'm poor, but I'm going to be happy. So that's all that matters.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree with you with that on Horizon. Basically, I played probably 80% of Horizon, and then I went back and beat it like early last year, and it took me a long while to get used to the controls as well. So
yeah, it's just weird. Like I said, you get what I'm saying. Like for everybody that done played Horizon on PlayStation 4, y'all know what I'm talking about as far as like the controls being weird.
Definitely. All right. Well, after our playlist, I got a couple of gaming news stories here that I thought would be kind of cool for us to just kind of touch on before we get off. So the first one, and this actually just dropped recently today. So Xbox Live will be coming to Switch and other platforms. Basically, Microsoft plans to have some sort of Xbox Live feature for the Nintendo Switch. I think I also saw for mobile games. Basically, what it's hinting at is that Xbox is trying to set up cross-platform gameplay for certain games. It looks like it's starting with the Switch. I think it's mobile, of course, not PS4 because PS4 doesn't like anybody.
But didn't they kind of start doing that with Fortnite already, though? Like as far as like.
So they did, but that was basically it's through Epic because basically what the rumor has been is like basically it's super easy to do cross-platform. Basically, you just gotta like flip a switch and then people can play together, but you have to have those platforms agree to do it. And Sony for the longest have been like, no, we don't want our customers' information and all this. So that's why they've been you haven't really seen it that much.
Sony's also the same people that said, "Well, we need backwards compatibility for it," but now it's rumored that PS5 will have backwards compatibility, though.
Yeah. Some stuff during the PS3 era for Sony was not their best times.
Nah, it definitely was not, dog.
Not at all. Because I know,
but I'm with it though, because I think, especially for like the Switch. I mean, I know you got one, so you'll be able to, confirm this or not. But I know the online for the Switch is not the best. So I think adding like Xbox Live party chat, and stuff like that would be helpful, especially for games like, any Mario parties or, Mario Karts or any of the Mario games or just anything in general, because I think a lot of the Nintendo Switch lineup has been getting a whole lot better. So yeah, I think adding Xbox Live on Nintendo Switch is probably going to be beneficial, especially for both of them. Next thing you know, we're going to be seeing Marcus Phoenix show up in like Super Smash Brothers or something.
I tell you, I'm calling it now. We're going to see Master Chief as one of the DLC characters for Smash. And then, I don't know, if they can somehow get Gordon Freeman in Smash as well, you'll have the ultimate crossover game from all the consoles.
Nope, because that's what that's going to do. Where we get another Half-Life game. All that's going to start right back all over again.
And then you'll be like Half-Life 2 on the Switch.
Just like they did with Bayonetta. All of a sudden, Bayonetta is a Nintendo Switch exclusive. I'm like, what? I just played the first one on the 360.
And now we got to wait for 3 to come out, which I'm interested to see how or non-censored that's going to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a Switch by then. Not because of that, but because I want to Switch, especially since they having a lot of deals lately.
Oh yeah, definitely. So the next story I got here was one that I just read about. It's actually for a game that I've been looking forward to, is Metro Exodus. So I think this was actually announced a day or two ago. So Metro Exodus has moved to the Epic Game Store exclusively for the first year, for 1 year. Basically, for y'all that don't know, the people that make Fortnite Epic, they have their own PC clientele launcher. During the Game Awards, they announced they're making their game store, kind of like how Steam has their storefront, Epic has one now. There's been a lot of talks of them giving a better percentage to developers that put their games on there. So you've seen a lot of more games go over there. I know the Division 2, I think, is going to be exclusive there on PC. There's talks of maybe Destiny going over there since they're no longer with Activision. We don't know about that. Yeah. But the thing that makes this story kind of weird and also a little messy. So Metro Exodus was actually available for pre-order on Steam. So this is something that just recently happened. So the thing about it is that instead of like refunding the people their money back, they're just going to be like, hey, you're still going to be able to play the game on Steam and you're still going to be able to get updates, but you can't basically buy the game anymore on Steam. You got to buy it through Epic. What? And it was funny because Steam kind of threw some shade at Metro Exodus. Because on the store page, like when this first got announced, you could still buy Metro for like a couple of hours afterwards.
Right.
And then after that, they cut it off. So of course, Steam had to kind of fend for themselves. They says like, due to contractual obligations, the developer of this game has no longer made this game available for sale. It's going to be on another PC launcher. And they said some real spicy stuff where they were like, we were not made aware of this, and some, and I don't know. If you go to the Metro,
save face.
Basically, they're trying to save face because like, oh, we just only found out about this a couple of hours ago, and basically they're saying like, don't blame us, blame them, and it's weird because now it seems like that Steam, because but like if you want to sell a game on PC, like basically you had to go to Steam. There really wasn't anything that could compare to go. Because there's other people have theirs, but like Origin and Uplay, but that's just like specifically for EA or Ubisoft games. You're not gonna like buy a non-EA game on Uplay or something like that. So I just found that kind of interesting because now it may seem a thing that like Epic is taking some pretty big name titles away from Steam. What is Steam gonna do to counteract it? What other games could be moving over there? So that's pretty interesting story. You have anything you want to say on it?
First of all, the last Metro game I played was it Light? I think it was Light. I know, and it creeped me out, but in a good way. But this is intriguing though. So that means for the first year, that's the only place you'll be able to buy it.
Yes, because the game that got announced during the Game Awards, Hades, which is like a roguelike game made by Supergiant Games, the people that made Bastion and Transistor. It's in early access. It's also only available on the Epic Store, but once they get done with early access, then it'll be available everywhere else.
Okay, hopefully this works out for them, but if they have any type of complaints as far as like the game didn't do what they wanted to numbers wise, they can't blame nobody but themselves.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I also think because this is actually the first time this has actually happened to Steam, so I'm probably sure in the future they're gonna start putting like clauses like, hey, you said you're gonna have your game in our store, you gotta have it here for X, Y, and Z, or basically something where somebody can't just like pull out after a game's already been made purchasable and have them looking like, well, like we can't really do anything here. So
because then there's money they gotta pay back too.
Exactly, which also makes sense why they didn't issue any refunds. But I guess that's just business for you nowadays. But so
man,
the last story I got here, and this is something I actually just found out about today. Bandai Namco reveals Dragon Ball Z RPG Project Z coming out this year in 2019. Allegedly. Basically, it just looks like a cel-shaded Dragon Ball Z game that takes place during the Z Saga. The trailer is up on Games Radar. That's where I got the article from. I'm gonna hate myself for this because I know I'm gonna buy this game. I know this is gonna probably be like the 30th time I've bought a Dragon Ball game where I played through the Z Saga in some different shape, form, or fashion, but
how can you not?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like it's like if like you want to diet, but then like Bluebell puts out your favorite flavor of ice cream that only comes out a certain time of the year.
You gotta make a decision.
You just stock up on it. You just buy like 4 or 5 half gallons of it.
Yeah, you sure do. Cause like you said, you don't know the next time it's gonna come back. So you might as well just go ahead and get yours while you can.
Exactly. I mean, I'm excited for it, but then again, I'm also like they couldn't have did this with like some recent like Super or something.
Super,
like
yeah. Well, see, maybe the thing was maybe they don't really, since Super ain't really done yet because they do got like more episodes and another arc that's about to start. So maybe they trying to hold off until it gets officially done, and maybe they feel like, I mean, if we going through the whole Dragon Ball Z cycle, which means basically we're finna be replaying all the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games all over again. I'm fine with that. I just want to see what the RPG elements is gonna look like and how it's, and how is it gonna look. Because I think that's what I'm most intrigued by. Because if we in a Dragon Ball universe, I might as well play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But an actual RPG Dragon Ball Z game, I'm kind of intrigued to see, how that is.
Same here. In all honesty, when I first heard about this and watched the trailer, I'm like, so this is basically going to be like the Legacy of Goku games from like the Game Boy Advance, just in 3D. Because like, I don't know, because like in the trailer they showed him fighting Vegeta when the Saiyans first came. They showed him going Super Saiyan. They showed Krillin getting blowed up. Like they basically showed all like the main Dragon Ball Z plot points that you can see, but like, are you gonna be able to play as like I'm honestly interested to see how, like you said, the RPG elements are gonna work, because like the only gameplay they showed was just like Goku walking in front of Kame house, walking in front of Bulma's house, walking in front of his house. So it's like, is this going to be a turn-based game? Is this going to be a real-time game? Like, is there going to be parties? Are you just going to play solely as Goku? Like,
I hope not.
Like, I have so many questions,
but we gotta wait for the answers.
Yeah, we just gotta wait. But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna buy this game and I'm just gonna regret it. Not because it's gonna be a bad game, but just gonna be like, bro, like I could probably write a memoir about the Dragon Ball Z saga at this, like, scene for scene. But
all I want to know is, can we relive every moment that Yamcha died? Cause think about it, he got blew up by the Cybermen.
Damn.
I'm sorry, the funniest thing forever would just be him just laying dead in that little crater after the Cybermen blew him up. All you see is him just curled over like this. Like, damn, Yamcha. And then think about it. Not only did Vegeta try to kill y'all, he came and took your chick, son. He came and took Bulma from Yamcha. Remember, even back in Dragon Ball, Yamcha was trying to get at Bulma.
Yep. And he had a kid with her, too.
Yamcha is the old guy, straight friend zoned.
Yeah. I mean, he got the Wolfang fist going for him. That's kind of...
I ain't gonna lie, that is one that movie is amazing. Ooh. I wonder if we'll be able to learn that ability. Because now what I'm thinking about, I don't know, I think it was called Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Z Sagas game that was on PlayStation. Where it kind of had like some RPG elements where you fly around with everybody and kind of boost your dude up. I wonder if it's gonna be like that, or is it gonna be like horrible RPG elements like Sub-Zero mythologies?
It's not. Let's hope it's not that, because boy, if that is the worst spin-off game of a fighting game ever.
That's worse than that is worse than Special Forces. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, that's worse than Special Forces. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it though, because I wonder if I can. Now I'm like you though. Can I create my own character?
It said it's gonna be the story of Goku, so it seems like you're gonna be playing for Goku for the duration. My question is he the only person we're gonna be playing of? Because there are like some pivotal, like for instance,
moments for everybody.
Like during the Namekian saga when Goku's in the healing chamber, like are we gonna temporarily play as Vegeta or Piccolo?
Or Krillin.
Yeah, Krillin,
Gohan,
somebody.
The chili bowl fade. Oh god, that hurts. That haircut that Gohan had on Planet Namek was atrocious.
It was, but he grew out of it.
Yeah, and he grew up to not be able to be as strong as he should have been.
Yeah,
Which, you know what? Chi did the right thing because she saw Goku and was like, nah, my son ain't going to be like that.
Exactly. She saved him from himself.
Yeah, because he was going to be a straight meathead like his dad.
Exactly. He never had a job a day in his life.
Don't even know what a job is or a book, apparently, because he'd be like, what?
Like books? I can't punch those.
One of the strongest fighters in the universe, though. Can't read to save his life.
Not at all. You'd be...
He is Floyd Mayweather.
I was about to make a Don King reference there, but...
That works, too. one of the best fighters in the world. Can't read.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So hopefully with some more info drops, we'll be able to see what type of game it is. But yeah, that's basically all I had for here. Yeah, anything else you wanted to go over or?
Just, I'm kind of intrigued with the fact that PlayStation is skipping E3 this year. Well, Sony as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Sony as a whole decided to skip E3. Now they are already talking about being in works with the PlayStation 5, so I'm curious to see when they're going to try to announce that or, you know, what they're going to do, especially considering that they are saying it's going to be backwards compatible. Now, my question is, how far back is the backwards compatibility going to go? Because to be honest with you, if it doesn't go towards the PS2, then I'm sorry. It's not even going to matter because nothing against PS3 because PS3 has some phenomenal games, but if I can't play no PS2 games. Like, if I want to go get Def Jam Fight for New York on PlayStation 2, I want to be able to put that in my PlayStation 5 and be able to play it. So I'm just kind of intrigued by that to see what Sony's going to do, especially considering that, damn, just got this PS4. Yeah. So it's like, now I got to save up to get another one. Like, come on, son.
Yeah, I'm like that as well because my whole thinking is like, all right, at this point, because, you know, they just recently, you know, they put out the PS4 Pro, Xbox One S, Xbox One X. Like, my mind is thinking, it's like, all right, in the upcoming console generations, if there is more, like, how much more powerful can you make these consoles?
Without just getting a PC.
Basically. Like, because I honestly, I feel like at this point, where if you get, like, an Xbox, a Switch or a PS4, you're basically getting it for the exclusives, like God of War, the Uncharted's,
MLB The Shows. Yeah,
the MLB The Shows, the Marios. Xbox, I really don't count because like most of their games you can basically play on PC now. Yeah. At least their first party games you can play on PC.
Yeah, you're right.
So
except Gears of War.
No, you can play Gears of War 4 on PC.
Well, never mind. Scratch that.
I actually just found that out. So like I went to the Microsoft store for something. And then I was just like, look, it shows like if you have like Game Pass, if you have EA Access, Xbox Live Gold, and it shows all the games that are available. And then there's like an install button. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I can play. I actually need to try that out, actually. Gears of War 4 on my PC, Forza Horizon 4 on PC.
Yeah, and there's like on PC for that.
Oh yeah, definitely do.
Yeah.
And there's like two other smaller games like Recore and then this fake ass Wave Racer game, which
oh god, I'm good.
But yeah, so that's what I'm just thinking. It's like, all right, like PS5, like all right, like how much more powerful are you gonna be for a PS4? And also like, what's the price gonna be? Because like Xbox One X, PS4 Pro, about $400 or $500. You can off top. Like, I mean, if you're gonna make these things any more powerful, are they gonna get up to the $7-8 grand? Like at that price point,
I'm getting a PC. I might as well get a PC.
Yeah, exactly.
I might as well build one actually.
You'd be better off just getting a PC and just keeping your PS4 until the price drops, because
I'm not spending no. That's rent,
basically.
That's really just half of rent. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. That's almost $1,000. Like people that spend $1,000 on iPhone. Never mind. I'm not. That's a rent for another day.
Exactly, for another day. Oh man. But yeah, like I said, I'm interested to see what they do, but I'm also kind of hesitant. It's like, all right, like how much more powerful is this going to be than what I got now, and is it going to be worth me? And like you said, like I don't want to buy for a new console. Like I'm about to get me a PS4 Pro later this month. I may invest me an Xbox One S, and like then I gotta go like what 2019, so 2020, 2021, another year or two.
And think about this though, like they made the Xbox One X, but all the games ain't even, you know what I'm saying, really converted for you to be able to like see the benefit of it. So basically, for everybody, first of all, if you ain't got a 4K TV, there's no point to get one. And secondly, it's only like a handful of games to where you just notice the difference, like graphically anyway. Like game speed, yeah, it'll probably move a little quicker, but like everything else still gonna look the exact same.
Exactly. So that'll be a good thing to keep an eye on, especially with the new consoles coming out and, you know, seeing what bells and whistles they can put on it. But yeah, I believe that is going to wrap us up for our first episode of the Please Continue podcast. And I must say, you know, little
round of applause. Yeah. You know. Little golf claps. Tiger Woods is back, you know what I'm saying?
Something along that line. But yeah, I do want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. As we said, we'll be doing this probably once or twice a month starting out. And then in the future, we'll, you know, try to get it down to maybe a week, maybe every other week. Basically, you got anything you want to plug or say before we get out of here?
Well, I guess since we plug and stuff, I'll go ahead and plug my YouTube channel, Euphoric Trip. All the comic book reactions, trailer reviews, anything that you want to see, go ahead and check us out on YouTube. And I know you got several things that you need to plug, sir, so go ahead.
Oh, I mean, you know, the YouTube Mike Titan music channel, Mike Titan Music, Twitch, Mike Titan 50. Just Google Mike Titan and you'll find me. You also will find a bodybuilder who lives like in California. I think in the search bar I've out-searched him by now, but yeah, if you see like a big bodybuilder dude, that's clearly not me.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, I mean,
I mean, yeah, that's about it. We just looking forward to doing this. Gotta get a grip on stuff and figure out some more efficient ways to do this. But like I said, I had fun doing this.
Same.
Said hopefully by the next time we do the episode, we'll have those February 15 games played a little bit so we can.
Oh man. Well, I'll be reviewing Jump Force then, obviously, since you're not gonna buy it. I'll be the one discussing that then.
Okay, I got Far Cry Metro.
Well, yeah. See, I'm not getting either one of those. I forgot about Far Cry. So yeah, see, boom, it all works out then.
Exactly. All works out. Well, we want to appreciate y'all listening to the first episode of the Please Continue podcast. If you want to find the podcast, it will be on both of the YouTube channels we specified before. I will also be putting this up on SoundCloud as well. So if you're listening to the audio version, thank you for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, just go follow the SoundCloud as well. You know, you'll be listening on there to your free beats and I don't know. You know what's funny? I ain't been on SoundCloud in forever.
I installed the app and then I uninstalled it like not too long after I did it.
Yeah, it's like I have it because like I have beats and stuff up there, but like I don't ever check that stuff.
Yeah, and then like most of the stuff that I want, they ain't even got on SoundCloud. So what's the point of having it?
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just the easiest way we can get it out until we can find a more. Because I want to get it like on the streaming sites, but
yeah, that's gonna take a lot of bells and whistles right now. So
yeah, I got to figure out the legalities of that, and also I think you got to pay to upload it too. Which
yeah, you do. Yeah, it's like a monthly fee.
Oh well, baby steps.
Baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Whole pimping right now.
Baby steps. Well, as I said, I want to thank everybody for watching. Whatever time you're listening to this, morning, evening, afternoon, dusk. You guys have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, and we will catch you on the next episode. Peace.